You're getting some good movement. The music's really good.
Thank
You're getting
you.
some good fucking collabs.
Yeah.
Yeah, the collabs is a big one. How are you getting collabs off the break like this?
Man, it's been crazy. Like, so like, you know, I'll touch kind of on the Ty, you know, the Ty relationship. And when I say Ty, I mean Ty Dolla $ign, because I think somebody say Ty, but I always feel weird like name dropping. I'm like, yeah, Ty Dolla $ign. So like,
Say the full name.
Yeah, I always just say Ty. But so that, you know, friendship, it came around kind of uniquely because my friend Andy, you know Andy, I met him through Malta, and that was like literally on a flight to Utah. Like I was going for the street league there. We touched base, like kind of clicked. We chop it up later and later, you know, he finds out I make music, and then he tells me about his, you know, one of his best friends, Michael Comrie, who's now like a really good friend of mine. He's like, yeah, like Comrie styles for Ty, you know. And I was like, oh man, you know, Ty's like one of my favorites, you know what I mean? Showed Comrie some of my music, and he was like, yeah, you know, I gotta like introduce you guys. And so it was already like kind of like a plan for me to meet Ty through Comrie. But then my friend Gary Leone, who worked at Atlantic, I pulled up on him because we connected on Instagram on some, you know, I don't even know how we connected. I think it was through skating or music or somehow. Then I pulled up on him one day at the studio in North Hollywood, and I was just showing him music and stuff. And I don't know how it came up, but I was like, the Ty conversation came up, and I was like, yeah, you know, I was supposed to actually like, you know, meet Ty through a homie type, you know, type stuff. And then he was like, yeah, he was like, I'll call him right now. And then I was like, for real? He was like, yeah, I'll hit him right now. And he called him. And at that point, like Ty had kind of been briefed on me from like Michael, you know, from Comrie and stuff. So he kind of knew who I was. And so he like FaceTimes him. And then he's like, and Gary's like chopping up. And he's like, yeah, I'm with this fool right now. Like, you know what I mean? And I'm like, what's up? And then he like, both of y'all ugly type stuff, you know? It was already personality off rip, you know? And so Gary was like, yo, his studio up the street, like we'll pull up on him right now. So I was like, all right, bet, like I'm down. So we ended up like pulling up on Ty at the studio, kicking it, you know. I was just a fly on the wall. I'm always a fly on the wall in the room. I'm just like, you know, I'm just here. I'm just blessed to be here. So we were there kicking it for a couple hours. After that, kind of just like started making that friendship on some, you know, not, you know, I don't really have intentions behind, you know, friendships and stuff. You know, it's like it's the
best way to be. Just like see if you click as friends.
100%. So me, I was just blessed to be there and just be a sponge to just the game and just, you know, just watch, you know what I mean, and observe and just, you know, just be around. And so the first, I kind of bridged him in like, yo, like, let's go skate. Because I heard he was like into skating. So I was like, yo, like, let's skate. I was taking him to the park a bunch. And then after that, he kind of like, anything about music, I kind of just let him bring it up. Because, you know, he comes from that space, you know, and I could imagine in his mind it's refreshing to like be outside that, you know what I mean, get inspiration and go back to it. So I never was like, yo, Ty, like, listen to my music, bro. Like, you know, and so after we kind of built that relationship, that friendship, you know, he was asking me, you know, like, what's up, music? You know, I was showing him everything. I was getting good constructive criticism from him and stuff. And so it was just helping me grow and grow, you know, and even to this day now, you know, still, you know, we built that friendship. And so that was one aspect that allowed me to like grow in music and, you know, and then the feature came about because I was just sitting the music and I just like touched down in Rio for, I think it was for Street League or something. And
the one last year? Or
it was a couple years ago, like 2 or 3 years ago. And I sent him a song, and he FaceTimed me. He was on the treadmill. He was like, "Yo," he was like, "You was ready for war and that, like, you know what I mean?" Like, and he was like, "I'm gonna send it to you when I'm done." Wow. And I was like, "What?" I was like, "No way, bro. He's not about. No way, bro. He's not about to get on that, bro."
That's a trip.